Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina and this is little Boho Girl. And well, she is sweet, she is cute, she is very colorful, and I have fed her very well, as you will see in a second, and therefore I have kept her close with two bows. So let's talk a little bit about her. You can see she comes in some very nice light green colors, and I have made a collage from different sari trims. I have closed her. The first closure is this light green sari ribbon which I have put around her, and I have further decorated her with this jewelry. Well, it's not a genuine one. It's custom jewelry, as you would say. But I think it looks so nice, and the blue is perfect to the green tones. And this was also one of the reasons why I have used this additional bow. But you will realize the second reason, or the key reason. So let me undo that first. So it's a normal clip earring. As I say, nothing special, but very pretty, I think. And undo the bow so that you can see the cover in its full appearance. So you see, I have used different sari trims, which I have sewn on some off-white cotton. Here, this is also a very nice border, and here's two others. And also I have further decorated it with some lace in order to wrap around the edges. And then I have added, as usual, I have added a ruffle from some pretty red sari silk, vintage sari silk. And then I have also added another trim here with these fringes, which I like. The dimensions, so she is a cute one, she is a small one, as I say, and I tend to say a handful of joy. So she measures 15 times 8 times 5.5 centimeters in inches, 6 inch, 3 1/4 times 2 1/4. And recently I have been to one of my recent videos, there was a comment saying, well, it's a nice journal, but it's not a junk journal. And that's true. It's not a real junk journal. This means it's not a journal which has been made completely out of junk. And therefore, I rather tend to call my journals joy journal, because this is what they are meant to be. They are meant to bring joy to everyone who is involved in either the making, which is me, or the having, which might be you, because it's available in my Etsy shop. So she has 3 signatures, and she has about 128 pages, counting front and back side, and I only count the bigger pages, not the small, tiny ones. But you will see, there is a lot going on, and you will already see what's going on when I undo this bow, because she flips out like this, and she is really fed nicely. So let's go inside. So she opens to a flip out, which I have created from some really pretty paper, showing this wonderful bird. And inside, I have turned this into a pocket, of course. Inside there is one of my self-made, self-created tags with some gold flaking and some old book pages. And this is another journaling card. And I have chosen those ones because they nicely fit or match the color scheme. And you will see I have used many different colors, and this is part of the joy which I have when I make a journal. It's about playing with the colors and combining colors, and also mixing and matching, and I really could mix and match as I wanted to, and I hope you like it. So when you turn it like this, then you see I have created a pocket, or a belly band, coming from some sari fabric, which was the ornament, and I cut it out, and I've used it already several times, and I like it because it's something very special. And I like the green, I like this little sequence, and I have added this on top of this really pretty design paper, showing some blue and green. And inside this belly band I have added journaling card, which, yeah, let's say features some, yeah, you could say peacock feathers. And you know, I call her little Boho Girl because she is really, celebrating the Bohemian lifestyle, the Bohemian lifestyle, which is colorful, which is unconventional, and you will see it when we go along. So the first signature has been decorated with this paper, which is a little bit like William Morris. I don't know whether it was named William Morris Design when I printed it, because it's already quite some time ago, but I like these green flowers, and I've added another ruffle, so many ruffles of course in this journal, also with some nice vintage sari silk. The inside I have covered with a vintage music paper, and this vintage music paper is a waltz, and it also has a title, and the title is Echo of Love. And I think that's a nice start into a journal, isn't it? So this is the first of several pockets, and inside this pocket there is a little tag, flowers over flowers. This one is decorated with some nice trim, or lace, cotton lace. When you turn it, there is another tag, or even two tags in two pockets, and this tag also carries a tiny tag on top. I did some fine stamping, not too much, but a little bit. So this is a rose. On the back side you see one of the first Bohemian patterns. So this is, I think it's a lotus flower, but it could be a Bohemian pattern. And inside I have added another tag, which is in terms of the design very close to this lotus design here, and there is some stenciling. This is some fabric which has been gifted to me, and I like it because it's very light and it has this soft circles. And as there's a circle as well, even 3 circles. Coffee dyed paper. Throughout this journal I have used a lot of coffee dyed paper. This one as well. When you turn it, you see another view onto another nice Bohemian pattern, which could also be a lotus flower in this wonderful blue colors with some light pink. And because of that I have chosen these tags on the opposite side, and these tags, they are glued on, but you can flip them. You can flip it like this, then you see a rose. You can flip it like this, then there's a little butterfly, and you can flip it like this, and then there's another decoration. So it's a little bit a playful thing which I added to this journal. So this is nicely dyed paper from my friend May, and she used, I think she used a bubble technique in order to create these wonderful effects. And also here this fabric stems from her, and I've used it, a scrap of it, and I used it to make a nice small ruffle. Some nice paper. So this is loose, and I'm going to glue it down. Also some Bohemian pattern. Coffee dyed paper with some light blue tone. And now we come to something special, I guess. This is the picture of a flower. And this flower stems from an album, collector's album, which is about 80 years ago, which was very fashionable in Germany at that time. So people were really collecting these little cards, and I was happy to find one of the old albums on eBay. And because it was not in the best shape, I was not too hesitant to deconstruct it and cut out some of the things. Otherwise, I would be... It's difficult for me sometimes to cut into these nice things. But yeah, here it was okay because it was already quite damaged on some pages. So I used this one, and you will find some more throughout this journal. So this is another silk ruffle, which is the same fabric like you have seen on the edge of the cover, and the trim to close it. This is, believe it or not, this is really, really pretty gift wrapping paper. And I used it because I took it because of this blue, the yellow, and also how nicely it matches this ruffles from glittery tulle, which I have been using in some pages later. So this is some old book paper. There is a little pocket, and in this pocket there is a bee. You see flowers, bees. You will also see some butterflies, green, blue, but a lot of red as well. So it's a feast of colors, I guess. So there is some stenciling. And in the center spot of the first signature, I have added some of this really, really pretty Kodi paper from India, which also has this nice gold decoration. And it's perfect, I think, to this color scheme here. And the view on it is so nice. So this is really what I love to do when I make journals. It's to combine the colors and all the things. There's another little pocket in this flip. And inside there is a journaling card, and on the other side there is a tag. This is the old book paper. This is this gift wrapping paper. This is my self-dyed paper. It's coffee dyeing. It's then watering again, spraying it again, then adding some color pigments, and then you get this whatever kind of design you get. And I like it. I like it because it's really, really, it looks vintagey and it looks very special, I think. This is some very nice green cotton lace, which I used because of this nice harmonic picture. And this is again this coffee dyed paper where there are some blue speckles. On the next page you see a peacock, and you might know peacocks are one of my favorite animals, and they are almost in each and every journal I do. And this one is sitting here. Then there's another little butterfly, and inside there's a journaling card, and it says Blue Boho. And doesn't this look nice when you look here? This paper with this paper and this nice trim over there. I have turned a die cut, a rose die cut, into a kind of a belly band, and inside there is a small journaling card sitting on this pretty design paper. And here you have another view on the wonderful coloring which May was doing on this page with this, I guess, bubble technique. And this is the glittery ruffle which I mentioned before. It's tulle, it's very glittery, I think it's something special, therefore I added it here. On the back side, another pocket with two colorful tags, or even three, if you count this little one as well, which I have added here, sitting in this nice design paper, light roses and some butterflies. When you turn it like this, then you are in a more blue world. In this blue world, you have a blue pocket, you have some blue lace, you have the blue decoration on the page, and here also the fabric I mentioned before has this blue circle, and then there is another circle inside. And this circle, I don't open it right now because then it's a bit tricky to close it. You can flip it out, you can open it, and then you have writing paper or the possibility to write something behind it. Or if you don't, you just keep it like this, and it looks nice, I guess, over here. This is some rose trim. And on the next page, usually I'm not too much into stickers, but here I have used some because I liked this green in comparison or in combination with the green ruffles here and the green ruffles there. So therefore I've chosen them to decorate this page. There's a little stamping over here, and this is the old book paper, music paper. So now we come to the second signature, and the second signature has been decorated with this really, really pretty, very opulent page, design page. And when you turn it, the inside is backed with, again, some wrapping paper or gift wrapping paper, which is really pretty. It has some gold elements included, and I have also added this wonderful green cotton lace here. And on the back side, another of my self-dyed paper. So I'm currently very much into this dyeing because it's always such a surprise when you see the outcome. And I've added some brusho here and on the coffee dyed paper, and brush colors, and they are very intense, and this is this pretty pink, and therefore I added a ruffle from a cotton fabric, which I've recently or some years ago used to make a skirt for me. So there is some leftover, some scraps, and I used it to make this ruffle. On the back side, isn't this paper wonderful? This orangey and this side tuck, and inside there are two tag element, one tag and just a die cut element. Coffee dyed paper again with some color pigments. This is from a coloring book which I just cut in shape. This is light green cotton lace. And on the opposite side here you see a pocket which I have sewn on. And inside this pocket, and this is really pretty pretty fabric, having this kind of a klimt Art Nouveau design style. And inside there are two tags in this boho pattern, a bigger one and a smaller one, and they are backed with coffee dyed paper and of course sewn around. So as usual, almost all of the tags and journaling cards I have sewn around. Here I've just added something which I have cut out from a magazine. I like it because of the colors of this green, which is nicely in tune with this green over here, or this coffee dyed green over there, and also very well in tune with this paper which comes from Nepal and which is really pretty. I love this pink and the red and a little bit of green. It's so pretty. And here I have also again some self-dyed paper, and here I've added a part of a vintage doily which I have cut and I've sewn it on so you can flip it nicely and easily. And there's another die cut sitting in this small pocket with some roses, vellum paper which is also in pink and red tones. And on this page I have added some fabric, so there is also a little bit of fabric in this journal, because I thought the boho style has also something to do with fabrics and colorful fabrics, of course, and therefore I've added this pretty Indian, I think, yellow fabric to just add interest to this page or to this journal. And here another of my hobby, my latest hobby, self-dyed paper with some blue speckles or blue flashes on there. A little rose stamped, some special paper here, a coffee dyed doily, bigger one, which I've turned into a pocket. And in this pocket there is one of these very pretty butterflies. I love the color scheme. I love the yellow and the blue and the green, and it perfectly matches the scheme and the whole story of this bohemian journal. And here again some nice lace. We are in the center spot of this journal, and the center spot there is this this picture of a vintage advertising. So it's not an original one, it's just a picture, but I liked it because of the colors, this wonderful red, and it's very nice in harmony with these shapes which I have cut out. I mentioned before that you will find some more of these elements of this collector's album with the flowers, and here there is something I cut out, and it's also the description of the flower, but it's in German. And you see on the back side, this is how it looked because I had cut it out from this album. And I love the violet. I love this purple, and it sits in a vellum pocket, and it sits on some nice design paper. And this is the other side of the doily, and inside there are two tags. Again this paper, and here this is this flippy out, and in this flippy out thing there is another very pretty, wonderful butterfly in a very nice blue and green. Now some decoration over here, the pretty fabric, the vellum, some more cotton lace, another of these album pictures with a nice flower and the explanation. This is the Nepalese paper. And here I've added a little bit of my most preferred, I guess one of my most preferred Indian trims. I had sewn it on some strip of cotton or some other material, and I've added it in a way that it can be flipped. And when you flip it, you see that's not only one butterfly, but there's another one hidden behind. And in order to cover it up, I have used some washi tape. Again, another rose and another fabric to flip. And this one is really nice. It's embroidered and it has some nice shape, and it's vintage, and I think it's also very pretty in here. Again, self-dyed paper, another self-dyed paper, and this is the end of the second signature. And we come to the last one, and this is number 3. And again, have a look on this really, really pretty, stunning decorative paper which I've used to cover the third signature. I made a ruffle from satin, and I also added some red cotton lace. Also, this inside has been backed with some gift wrapping paper, which is also pretty. It has again some gold elements and a boho paisley style decoration. It's very nice. And here there is some vellum paper with some flower motifs. And you see another tag, you see some border, you see another pocket, and inside this pocket there is also a tag. But you can also flip this tag, and then you have another belly band, and you have a little bookmark. A mini bookmark sitting here, yellow, polka dots, red. I love it. And this is really, really pretty vintage lace, and it's so fine, and you really see that it's old, and it also feels very nicely. So now we had the colorful page. Now we come to a more darker one, but still very pretty. It has flowery motifs, and inside there I have added one of the tags which I created recently by sewing on, gluing on different fabrics, making a ruffle from some sari. And I love the sequins, I love this gold, and I think it nicely matches here. On the opposite side, this is some coffee stenciled paper, something from Edith Holden, which you can flip up. And there's some, also in German, there is some poem. Another stamped butterfly. Now we come to some flip outs. Again, I couldn't help it. I had to use this green cotton lace. It's so nice, and this paper is also very nice. It has this light green, it has pink, which nicely matches the pink over there. When you turn it, then you see, there is a pocket, and inside this pocket there are 2 tags in nice designs, and also a journaling card saying boho chic. And the pocket, I have used some design paper, which is also a little bit embossed. It has a little bit of sparkle, and there's also another pocket in there, and you can take this out, and there are some blue birds, and this comes from a magazine which I've cut out. Another pocket, and inside this pocket another of these really, really pretty butterflies. And the pocket has been formed by vellum, and the inside is the same material like this one. And there's there is a paper clip using one of my self-created tags with embossing and decoupaging and old book paper and all of that, and it's clipped on here. White paper, one of the few white papers, another gift wrapping paper, a little flippy, and this is another tag which you can flip as well. And inside or behind it, look at this pretty yellow, there's another journaling card saying bloom. And the colors of this design paper and this little pocket, they are so pretty. And this is this wonderful green, which I also love. And I have further decorated it because it was pretty, but I wanted to make it even more pretty. And I added this really, really fine lace, which is also vintage. This is some special paper showing some some herbs or so. This is green coffee dyed paper, and this is another fabric to flip out. It's so pretty. I love this red. It's a more burgundy red, and it has this sequence in a flowery motif. I have glued it on, and then I have covered it with some washi tape, which, lucky me, had exactly the same color. And when you flip it, then there is one of my die cuts, which I do. A butterfly turned into a pocket, and inside there are some tiny tags sitting there, and you can flip it like this, and then it's gone. And here also at the center spot of the third signature, what we had on the second one as well, is also some old advertising, but it's not original. It's just a copy of it, and I think it's nice. And I took it because of the lady, but also because of the color scheme, of course. The red and the green, I like it a lot. So this is this green coffee dyed paper. This is the paper with the herbs. Some more lace decoration with this pretty cotton lace. Here I have added some design paper showing a wildflower with some nice butterflies. And what you see here is a little envelope which I have created from the gift wrapping paper. I decorated it with lace, made it expandable, and inside I've put in some goodies, some nice things. So, oops, let's do it like this. First of all, I put in some stamps with flowers. And then I also put in, because of the colors, I took them because of the colors, some coat of arms from Germany and Austria. So. Put this back. Another sari silk ruffle. Another belly band with another of these absolutely stunning, I think, butterflies sitting in this poppy meadow. This is the stenciling. This is coffee dyed paper. This is the vellum. This is the gift wrapping paper. We are at the end. The end also has kind of a belly band. And one of my favorite plants, some of you might know, is hydrangea, and I couldn't help it. I have put in a hydrangea as the very last tag, but also because of the color harmony, which you see here. This is also decorated. The edge is decorated with this pretty lace. And have another look. This is how it looks when you turn it like that, when you open it like this. So this is little Boho Girl. And if you like her, she's available in my Etsy shop. Have a look. I hope you enjoyed my not so short video, but I had longer ones. And I hope to see you soon. This was Martina. Bye bye. Have a very nice day.